Do you like ass? Do you like steroids? Well, if so, I'm not sure you came to the right place. But you're still in luck, because I got a big booty of a gem for you today in Asteroids Recharged. Check it out. Hey everybody, this is Teddy Kong from Majora T. And I'm filling in for Alex here for another review of the Recharged Atari games. Not Ass Steroids, but Asteroids Recharged. Big booties in space, just like us. Asteroids Recharged released in 2021 and is a spiritual reboot of the original Asteroids game. That's a game I really like. I used to play it on my friend's Windows 98 desktop for free. And we would just play for hours. I used to be really bored as a kid, and so I would just dick around in space. And I have a lot of love for the game. I find it really fun, simple, and classic. Speaking of classic, this game has 3 modes: Recharged, Classic, and Recharged Classic. Not much of a difference between them except for some of the rules. Recharged has the same classic Asteroids formula with power-ups and a high score system as well as leaderboards. You fight asteroids as well as UFOs, and your goal is to stay alive. You only have 1 life. The power-ups are useful, and they're usually dropped by UFOs. And so you get things like a 7-spread shot, you get things like these black hole shots, you get multi-directional shots. There's a plethora of shots to take. This mode is fun, but the fact you only get 1 life keeps the tension kinda high and makes it quite difficult to get a high score. I like that the leaderboards let you distinguish between your high scores, your friends' high scores, and the world leaderboards. Same goes for the other 2 modes as well. Let's take a look at Classic. Classic mode allows you to play on the same grid as the Recharged mode, but with 3 lives and no power-ups. I like this mode because it gives you far more points, it feels like. I feel like I rack up high scores more easily, and every several thousand points you get an extra ship. In just a casual playthrough, I managed to make it to 9th place on the leaderboards. I really like this version because it reminds me a lot of the classic Asteroids. Now, as with the Recharged mode, the grid and the Asteroids as well as UFOs are kind of vector based. I think it's kind of easily palatable on the eyes. I find that the game controls well. There's also a warp feature that I don't really use. There's like 2 buttons. It's, you know, right trigger to propel, and then the rapid fire is, you know, your choice. I think it's set to like A or Y or something, and then the warp is like set to X. You can customize those, so whatever you prefer. But I find that Asteroids demands a level of spatial awareness. You know, you should be aware of like what's coming from what sides of the screens, and you should never be too close to the edges of the screen. I do like that it has that kind of classic arcade feel where it's like if you go off of one side of the screen, you'll end up on another. Very reminiscent of the old days where there were no like real boundaries in space. Literally. Classic Recharged is basically Recharged except with 3 lives. I really don't see much of a difference here. In fact, I almost prefer Recharged mode because it's just a bit more straightforward and to the point. I don't really need 3 lives to continue and keep going in the game, but I'm not hating. It's nice to have several modes to play through and high scores to achieve, and you know, more asteroids for the whole party. Asteroids Recharged also comes packed in with several challenges. I've completed about 15. There seems like there's a handful. I'm not entirely sure how many. Maybe I could look it up real quick. 30 unique and creative challenge levels. These take the form of specific challenges, either centered around your score or the number of asteroids or UFOs that you take down, or how you take them down using specific power-ups. It's really fun, and these are kind of like nice short bursts of challenge that keep you coming back to the game. I really like this game. This was a gift from Alex. Thank you, Alex. You know me well. You know Asteroids is a favorite pastime of mine, and while I don't like Ass Steroids, I do like Asteroids, and this Recharge edition is more than sufficient.